It's been in the newspaper that the cell towers are being used for mind control. That sounds like a schizophrenic. You're detonating over 100 hydrogen bombs in the upper atmosphere to see if you could ignite the atmosphere and destroy the Earth.
Yeah, but that was in the 60s.
That although the cell phone power is low, electromagnetic radiation can nevertheless have an effect on mental behavior when transmitting at the proper frequency.
The cell phone tracks you and watches you and controls you and surveils you. % in San Francisco is the main project site. Literally have an alien base, and they are literally communicating, and they've got like astronaut level people taking super hardcore levels of drugs and going into meetings with these things and making intergalactic deals.
Who's done DMT or done 5 grams of psilocybin, they know that this is you have some kind of communication with something else.
Pigs and rats were most closely related to us, not even chimpanzees. That's why a lot of the organs don't get rejected.
Okay.
You know about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
pigs are very close to humans. They even use pig organs and people.
Exactly. As usual, you know everything. So just like they say, oh yeah, we had human-animal hybrids. This is like freaking 39 years ago now. 23 years ago, I'm reading in the BBC about it and go confirm it's happening. Okay? And they're just floating it. There was an article in 1999 in the Baltimore Sun. And I interviewed Nick Begich. You ever heard of Nick Begich? Dr. Nick Begich?
No.
Oh, my God, he'd blow you away.
Who is he?
His dad was a U.S. congressman that got killed. His brother, U.S. senator. After I just had him on and thought he was crazy, he's giving me all these patents for mind control using wavelengths and microwaves. And I'm sitting there looking at it, and I'm reading it, and I'm seeing it. And the Baltimore Sun says, the CIA is testing on cell towers wavelengths to calm the public during crises. I just had Begich on with patents talking about that. What Begich explains is it's not that the microwaves have somehow interfaced with the brain. We already interface with the space winds and all these other magnetic fields and everything else. So they're all just testing this stuff. And so everything they deploy, they've got all these other technologies. My dad was at UT in '65 when he was in high school. They already had CD-ROMs, computers, everything. But they had a nuclear reactor underneath the building, and he wasn't supposed to tell them. And oh, absolutely. And that's what I'm telling you. It's a breakaway civilization, dude. We don't know what they've got. We don't know. We don't know who they're. We don't know the whole thing. That's what I'm telling you is this is hiding in plain view. And that's why it's so crazy. Imagine if you knew all this, you're trying to tell people, and they go, oh, God, he's doing that. Find one thing he did that sounds mean and make that his whole world. So that's what I'm telling you is it's been in the newspaper that the cell towers are being used for mind control. That sounds like a schizophrenic. So see, here's what a schizophrenic is.
I want to see that. How do they use the cell towers?
Pull it up probably. Look, here's the thing. Listen, here's the deal. Right here. You've got a total schizophrenic that thinks the sun is following him around town and thinks their dog is watching him and works for the aliens. That's not happening. You've got someone over here that believes everything they see on Fox News.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Now, questioning's good. Science is good trying to figure out what's real.
Yes.
And all of us get freaked out in the nature of the world. No one knows what the universe is. We don't have all the answers. So it kind of, people can't handle that bigness. They can't handle that question, especially low IQ. So they have to differentiate and create a model that allows them to put it in boxes so they can make it make sense because they can't handle it. It's like they say even top astronauts spacewalk for the first time and they're out in the universe and the whole planet's under them. And what are they going to do? It's mind-blowing. Well, imagine once you realize we don't know everything. We don't understand and it's endless and there's all this crazy crap. People go nuts. And as humans learn more and more, as we become more advanced and go through this metamorphosis, it's going to create a giant societal crisis where most of the people are already going to get killed. The globalists understand that in the birth of this planet, this new species. And so they've decided to take control, make it scientific, stun everyone and dumb them down so they can scientifically try to orderly carry this operation out. But then I go, wait a minute, you're detonating over 100 hydrogen bombs in the upper atmosphere to see if you could ignite the atmosphere and destroy the Earth.
Yeah, but that was in the 60s.
I know, but what I'm telling you is the same professors train people.
Right, but those people are dead. The people that detonated those hydrogen bombs in the 60s, they're dead now. We're not dealing with the same human beings. I'm with you on
I think people in a lot of ways are more immoral now.
I think I agree with you in some ways that everything evolves and things get better. This is one of my arguments about Operation Northwoods, that if they were able to push Operation Northwoods and get it signed by the Joint Chiefs of Staff in 1962, was it 62?
Yes.
If they were able to do that, and no one went to jail, and no one got arrested for proposing that they were going to arm Cuban friendlies and have them bomb Guantanamo Bay and blow up a Cuban jetliner.
And shoot people in movie theaters.
Right, yes.
And schools.
Yes, that things evolve. Things evolve. And if unchecked, and obviously that was unchecked, no one went to jail for that. No one got in trouble for that.
Did you know even PBS covered it? Like, I never even knew this.
Here, let's read this one here. The significance of the research, he explained, is that although the cell phone power is low, electromagnetic radiation can nevertheless have an effect on mental behavior when transmitting at the proper frequency. What is this article, Jamie?
Scientific American.
In Scientific American, it's titled "Mind Control by Cell Phone."
So it really does have an effect.
They did a whole study.
But
on
let's
it,
go
and
further.
it's-
It doesn't.
Yeah.
So there is. So do you think that they're making this?
No,
5G
they declassified last year a 37-page CIA manual from the 1970s where they were putting up cell towers that look like trees, already testing it in neighborhoods.
Okay, they do that now, right?
So you're
But
saying
can
the
I-
cell
can I-
phone tracks you and watches you and controls you
Yes.
and surveils you.
Yes.
And you think that it's one way. But beyond that, it's a microwave relay system that can manipulate. And then the towers are even more powerful. So this is a device given to us by the gods, okay, given to us by the technology that the breakaway government, NASA, has developed that you don't just think they made up themselves, right?
What do you mean? Who do you think made it up?
Well, when you're ready to get to it, I want listeners to understand something. And
might have to
notice
spark up
the
a
media
joint.
is not going to cover this.
The media's not.
Well, no, they'll cover that was on the show. They're not going to cover this.
The media. Okay,
Because
so
this is not my opinion. This is the real research that I have heard, that I have talked to Army generals, commanding generals, major generals, generals, CIA, everybody. And they're all 100%. And I thought it was a psyop before, and then I've researched it. I've talked to hundreds of people now, not on air, but I'm going to make a film on this, who've taken ayahuasca and DMT. I've not taken it, and for obvious reasons. And it's unbelievable because, I mean, they 100% in San Francisco is the main project site, literally have an alien base, and they are literally communicating, and they've got like astronaut level people taking super hardcore levels of drugs and going into meetings with these things and making intergalactic deals. Again, that's what the government believes and says they're doing. And this isn't
when you say the government, that's a broad stroke. You're painting you're using a broad brush. Like, what do you mean by the government?
breakaway rogue intelligence agencies.
Okay, so what you're saying is essentially that they're using psychedelic drugs to communicate with interdimensional beings. All right.
Yeah, spirit guides.
Okay, everyone who's done a high dose of psychedelic drugs has had this experience. So everyone who's listening to you right now who's done DMT or done 5 grams of psilocybin, they know that this is you have some kind of communication with something else.